business, I have an opportunity to hear, because my partner and I are so busy doing and getting and everything that there comes a time when function is very important about the process, because that's a foundation. Well, we are privileged to have somebody who can talk to us about that foundation. In fact, we don't have to do the foundation because that's what she does. Those are her signature programs. She has helped hundreds of entrepreneurs implement systems, get more clients to help uplift their lives. Dortha is a powerful, dynamic speaker, and I'm excited to have her with us today. So won't you help me welcome her? And she's going to be on the stage for you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I want to share a story with you about a year and a half ago. I got a message on Facebook from a friend who I didn't recognize. We had gone on a camping trip a number of years before, and I couldn't honestly remember who he was. He had on a big afro-y wig. It was his birthday celebration. I didn't recognize him. And he said, "Please call me immediately. It's about our friend Rob." And I was like, that seems weird. Why would Jimmy be writing me? And it was just to me. And I thought, okay. Called my husband and I said, "Honey, I don't feel really comfortable calling him. I don't know him very well. I don't remember who he is." And my husband was like, "Oh yeah, remember we went to the Grand Canyon with him and Rob and everyone?" And I was like, oh yeah, okay. So I hung up with him. He said, "Sure, I'll call him." He hung up. A couple of minutes later, my husband called me back to tell me that a friend had died in a motorcycle accident. The day before, we had been planning a trip to my husband's family's cabin near Yosemite that weekend. And in one phone call, everyone's life changed. Rob was 38, and at his memorial service, one of his friends got up and told this hilarious story. Rob was a big hiker, big avid outdoorsman. He had gone on a hike. They were running back down from the Mist Trail, if you've ever been up to Yosemite, and he was running at full speed with his pack on. He fell flat on his face, and he stood up, didn't miss a beat, and said, "Did anyone see the bear that mugged me?" So in sharing that story, we were just keeping the levity of what Rob's spirit meant to us. And I wanted to open with that story to share with you. We all could have had a complete catastrophic, life-ending disaster if we had let it. But we banded together. It was a beautiful, beautiful coming together of friends, his family. He left behind children. And it was an amazing, amazing experience to be a part of. We were a very integral part. As soon as we got the news, I went to visit my husband at work. I had a couple of things to do so I could leave town with him. We got home, we packed, and we were in the Bay Area for 2 weeks. We were an integral part of making sure that the family was taken care of. And the service went off without a hitch. I'd never written an obituary. Everyone was worried about writing it, and I said, "Oh, I'll do it." It's like, oh dear. And I got divine inspiration when I sat down in front of my computer. And I wrote. And I didn't have to change a single word. I sent it to his family. I sent it to some of his closest friends, and they said, "It's beautiful. Don't change anything." So what does it take to have that keep on perseverance after devastating, devastating tragedy? What keeps you going? Is it your kids? I mean, you could shout out your kids, your spouse, God. All of the above.
Bammers keep me going.
Bammers. Nice. By the way, Barb belt. Thank you. So I just want to read you a couple of quick definitions. Dictionary.com defines consistent as agreeing or accordant, compatible, not self-contradictory, constantly adhering to the same principle course, firm, holding firmly together, or cohering. Dictionary.com defines motivate as providing motivation with motive or motives incite, or impel. And inspire is defined as to fill with an animating, quickening, or exalting influence, to produce or arouse a feeling or thought, or to fill or affect with a special feeling or thought. So motivation might be what you feel when you've hit bottom. It's what sparks you to get in action. You might read a motivational book or listen to a motivational CD in your car or some uplifting worship music, and it just really motivates you to get going, to get in action, to do something. It might be that you went and saw a motivational speaker. Maybe I might be that motivational speaker. Gets you inspired to take action, motivates you to, you've been thinking about something kicking around in the back of your head, do it. Inspiration, on the other hand, is more of what you feel with something that's deeply resonating in you. It's not really something that's an outward coming into you. It's more of, it's already inward, and it's in you already. Deeply, deeply resonates within you. I have a business coach who tells me, you may know her actually, Katarina Rando. She tells me to be consistently consistent in my business or in my personal life, just really in anything, to be consistently consistent. And my friend Barb here, who leads our Master's Mind group, and Betsy and Tacey, who are part of that group, it's doing the same things, modifying where you need to, and being consistent, being in action. I've taken it to be to that same level of, yeah, you're going to do things, weed out what's not working, enhance what is working, maybe find some new things that are working. Like we talked about earlier, you might be struggling where you're at in your business. You see someone else who's flourishing. The beautiful thing about this group, go ask, what are you doing? It's fabulous, I want to learn what you're doing. Like, what's working for you? Think of athletes like Michael Jordan, the Williams sisters, the tennis Williams sisters. They have extreme dedication and consistency in their practice, their regimen, whatever it is that they do every single day to get out there and do what they do. I had to find a new one, Michael Jordan. Retiring and all that stuff. Gonna have to get with the times. So to me, it sounds like that motivation is external, inspiration is internal. I'm a very interactive speaker, so if you guys have a question, please feel free to pop in. I will ask for questions at the end. But does that sound about right for you guys? Motivation, external, inspiration, internal?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So I have a few examples, aside from the one that I opened with, of some people who've had some really just tough circumstances, and how did they keep going? The first one is, I don't know, probably about a year ago, I saw a guy out on Madison and Manzanita down in Sacramento, and he had an A-frame sign on with his resume on it, and it said, "Hire me." That's serious motivation. Standing out on the corner, saying, "Hire me," because he is desperately looking for work. What's the motivating factor for that man? Getting out of bed every day, getting dressed, and he was dressed nice. That A-frame sign on. Another friend of mine found out that there was some less than honest communication between her and her spouse about their financial situation. Led to a foreclosure. Some other bad financial things have happened. And the last one, very personal to me, my dad went through a divorce, a bankruptcy, and a foreclosure, all in the same year. Actually, he got foreclosure and divorce papers within like hours of each other. And if you were to ask my dad how he is, he's fantastic. He has an amazing, amazing internal inspiration to get up and just keep doing what he needs to do to get out there. To show up, to be present, and to keep on keeping on, because that's what he's doing. He's really just persevering. And I find that the people in those circumstances, I mean, there are two roads, right? He could have just been like, well, there it is, nail in the coffin, right? But he opted to see the silver lining. Really, my dad is so funny. After the divorce, he had a divorce sale. Which is funny to say, but he did. It was I think it was a coping mechanism for him to be able to feel comfortable with what had happened. And it was sort of a sense of closure for him. And so, I guess, that's one way of dealing with it. So, what are some things in life that you can have around you, besides spammers, that will help you to keep having that keep on attitude? Family, good. Anyone else? Friends.
Relationship with God.
Relationship with God.
Children.
Did you say bammers, JD? I did. No, it's okay. You're a teacher, aren't you, Anita?
If you have a mentor or someone that's positive, because we all have roads in our life, and you don't want to talk to someone that brings you even further down. You want to talk to someone that's going to motivate you or help you.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times it's just listening. All I do is listen, and they're fine.
Yes.
So
Thank
being
you,
there
Barbara.
for people.
Mm-hmm. And you do that in your business, I know. So some of the things I have here in my notes are surrounding yourself with positivity, people who are enthusiastic, someone you can call when you're having a crap day, if I can say that.
Help!
Exactly. I can tell you, I had some stressful situations in the past couple of weeks, and I had a call with Barb, and she said, you know what? Whenever you need support, you just text me the word pray, and I'm on it. And you have to know what a relief that is, to be able to just text somebody one word, lickety-split, and you feel better. So thank you, Barb. Finding support, like Barbara just said, it's really important, whether it's in the form of a coach or just the best girlfriend, whatever it is. Finding support is a really, really important one. My best friend who's doing my video right now is here, supporting me. My friend Linda, who drove up from Redwood City. That's support, that's love. We had the bed and breakfast at my house last night. It was very lovely.
Party.
I recommend getting a coach, getting a mentor, like Barbara mentioned. Working with somebody. Yeah, did you have something?
Sorry.
That's okay.
This word is on my tongue, and it's accountability.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word. This is what we need.
Yes.
When the Lord puts something on our heart, and we know that He wants us to do whatever this thing is, and it's just part of the path He has for us.
Right.
The reason we have coaches and mentors and support systems and all of that is to have someone there to hold us accountable. That when we fail to do what we know the Lord is telling us that we need to do to accomplish His vision and His mission and our life purpose, that we have someone that's there that can gently but firmly say, look, this is the commitment we made.
Right.
It's accountability.
Absolutely.
And
And they do it with love.
And that's really true, because there are people that say, gee, I want it, but you've got to want it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and having someone, but it's not going to go in. I mean, I always tell people your success is yours. I'm just here to guide and help you,
Mm-hmm.
and a good support system, but accountability is very important.
Yeah. It's that, and they do it with love.
Mm-hmm.
Like Barb kicks us in our group, not literally, but with her boot she could. Get positivity in your inbox every day. Sign up for scripture verses to come to your inbox. I get it 3 times a day in my email, and it comes always at the perfect time. It was words I needed to hear, and it was just at that perfect time.
Something I learned a long time ago, my daily dozen, and I have it printed up, and it's right there on my mirror, and so every morning it's there, and things that I want to do or achieve or better. I just think it's really important. We need something like that to help us through the day.
Yes, absolutely. So I always say start off your day with a positive note, whether it's actually sitting down with your Bible or you have it in your email. Mine is always waiting in my inbox when I get up in the morning, so I know it's going to be there, and I always look forward to it. Do you have someone you can vent to? I can say that that's one of the important ones.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you, I've heard some folks who are in direct sales or an MLM business, make sure you're venting up, not down.
Yes, so true.
It's very, very important. Do something nice for yourself. Go out, get your nails done. Maybe go get a coffee with a girlfriend or a cocktail with a girlfriend, whatever it is. Do something for yourself. Turn your cell phone off while you do it. Enjoy the moment.
So true.
So, we've talked a lot about a lot of stuff in this little bit here. And I hope you've gotten some little nuggets, little value of some of the things that you can do to implement into your daily success practices, what you can be doing to motivate yourself. One of the things I didn't recommend, by the way, is get a support team. Terry will back me up on this. It's really important to have somebody that's there to support you in your business. Yes, you're Superwoman. Yes, you have the K-bomb, but it's okay for you to delegate.
Amen.
Thank you. And I really, really encourage you to talk to someone about getting some support, whether it's getting someone in to clean your house. Betsy, we talked about that. Or having somebody support you virtually. I work as a virtual assistant. I know Terry does as well. But having someone to be able to take the things off of your plate that are not your gift. The things that only you can do, you should be doing. Be the rock star of your business. So back to my point about lots of information. I want to share a quote with you, and it's to encourage you and take action on what we've talked about today. And I'm going to read it because I don't have it memorized. It's quite long. But I want you to be positive. One of the things that I'd like you to take away from our time is to be positive, encouraging, loving to one another. Be someone's rock. Be the barb in someone's life. And I want to leave you with this quote, which is Our Deepest Fear by Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You're a child of God. You're playing small. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. I want to leave you with that. I want that to set with you. If you'd like me to email it to you, I'd be happy to. I do have a table right over here. I'd be happy to talk with you about how I can support and uplift you in your life. Please stop by. I would love to just hear your story. If you need someone to pray for you, we have little forms that we would take your prayer requests. My partner and I are prayer warriors. We would be happy and delighted to pray for you. And I appreciate and thank you so much for your time.